Hello, and welcome to another Wednesday Musings from the Spirit of New Earth. I'd like to share with you some aspects of my backstory on my spiritual journey, which began at age 5 when I asked my mom, "Who am I?" And then it began in earnest in my first year in college at age 23 in Santa Cruz, California. And having these last few years, having the opportunity to reflect upon my life and to bring forward and unite some of my soul fragments and those memories that were not internally resolved as a young seeker going through life, encountering many obstacles and challenges. I still to this day do not know how I made it through my Saturn returns, my dark night of the soul, which actually lasted quite a long time, probably over 20 years continuously, and having to do my sojourn pretty much alone, physically alone. But recently I came across an article on the old banana patch on Maui, Hawaii. And I shared this with a few of my friends, and it made me reflect again back in the years 1971 and 1973, where I made 2 trips to the famous banana patch. Was technically a sort of a hippie commune that was living in this valley that has beautiful stream running through it, and many days of continuous rain because it was right in the middle of a rainforest, the jungle. And having gone there, dropping out of high school, which to this day I don't know why necessarily I dropped out of Cabrillo College, but one of my best buddies was there, and I guess he talked me into dropping out of society and moving there and literally living off of food stamps and nothing else. So back in those days, being young and brave and reckless, not thinking too much in a sense, I went there on a plane ticket with just my clothes that I had on, a laundry bag of towels and some extra clothes and stuff that I needed for, like everyday use. But it was just basically a laundry bag on my back that I carried along with a small day pack. And I remember flying in, could have been Aloha Airlines, but arriving at the Maui airport, feeling all alone on this beautiful island and having to hitchhike to this famous banana patch. And I didn't know where it was exactly. And luckily, I got a ride back to sort of the base of the dirt road that I walked up. And as I was walking down the dirt road leading to the patch, one of my friends from college was there sitting on the doorsteps of this old church, I think that had been abandoned. And when he looked up and saw me, he just like was flabbergasted. Like he couldn't believe that I was like actually there physically, because I didn't tell anybody I was coming. I just left, dropped out of school as sort of an A- student. And yeah, he was just flabbergasted. I remember he just got all shaken up, and he took me down to this shack where a couple of my other buddies from college was staying in, and surprised the heck out of them. And I was pretty excited, like a new part of my life, living in the jungle in a shack with no plumbing, no running water, no stove, no heater, no refrigerator, just a shack with some windows and close to the stream. And we did all our daily stuff like in the old days when you lived in the jungle and didn't have modern appliances and equipment. Wow. But I illustrate this because, I was guided, wasn't able to eat much since we lived off of food stamps, hitchhiked wherever we went. And one part of me felt really free. Another part felt like, wow, how am I gonna do this with no money and no job and having to hitchhike everywhere, and on occasion going to Baldwin Beach to get sun and get feet in the water, which was 82 degrees. It was like way too warm. It was like a bath. But anyway, my life was like that in the early days of my 20s and 30s, where I'd go to places and without trying to figure something out, like how am I going to make it? What kind of a job am I going to get? I did these things. I went to Utah in the middle of winter in the mid 70s, cold turkey, didn't know anybody, and didn't last but 3 weeks there. And then again, I went to Banana Patch again a couple years later and lived in a different kind of a shack, but nobody was there. It was all deserted, and I was not very happy. And I got a job as a dishwasher. I lasted 2 weeks there at this restaurant in Kula, and I had to hitchhike to and from. And one night, it got so bad, I spent the night on the couch in the restaurant. Couldn't get a ride back to Banana Patch, and I said, this ain't gonna work, man. Hitchhiking to be a dishwasher, and I was making something like $1.75 an hour. Oh. Yeah, made trips to Oregon, made trips to a lot of different places, just on a whim. Just like I had to leave the Bay Area, I had to leave my parents' place, or I had to leave, get out of college, just had to go do something different. So I guess you could say that was kind of a reckless search, but looking back in retrospect, um, I developed a lot of fortitude, and I guess patience and faith in the unknown, faith in the unseen. I mean, I always made it, but just barely. And I didn't know back then about the power of intention, or really the power of prayer or meditation or yoga or anything like that. I was just kind of happy-go-lucky, rogue kind of a seeker, right? And met beautiful people along the way. Always had one or two as spiritual family, no matter where I lived. And so I guess I wanted to share that no matter how hard it may seem to be these days, even if you feel like you are alone in many aspects, that don't give up. Just stay the course, keep the focus, and do your daily spiritual work, especially envisioning how you want your life to be and where you want to go in your life, spiritually speaking. And along the way, like in just an early childhood, I had some guardian angels that were big-time protectors, archangels and guardian angels that saved my life at least 3 times from physical death. The last time was a concussion, and yeah, I could have gone. That was pretty scary. That was like experiencing, well, like at any moment I could die because my body's in so much pain, and I'm in the ICU unit at Veterans Hospital in San Francisco. It was actually the Army hospital, and doctors didn't know what to make of my concussion and didn't know whether to do surgery or not. But I go, wow, this could be my last days. I mean, I was so much in pain, I couldn't even pray correctly. I actually was out of my body a lot and sleeping. And miraculously, on about the 6th day, I could eat something, and I could actually get out of bed, and I was in no pain. So during the 6 days, with the help of guardian angels and angels that have been with me all my life, helped to heal my body, because I could have literally could have died just from a brain injury. And somehow I returned back to normal within a week. And I remember the first time I had the meal there on the 6th or 7th day there at the hospital, it was breakfast. And oh, those eggs and toast and hash browns and bacon never tasted so good. I mean, wow. Yeah, so I guess I had involuntary fasting, you could say. So I learned on some level to live through the pain, to not let it affect me. So again, if you have experienced or are experiencing some painful things in your body, not give up. You know, it could go away just like that. Just decide that you want to create new ideas about who you are, what you are, and how you serve in the world and where you're going in your life. and it'll work. So I hope this sharing was of some benefit for you. And in the meantime, just check us out every Wednesday. You'll either get me live or on a recording. But we do these weekly musings just for fun and perhaps to help out those that are needing a little bit of remembrance and a little bit of hope and some reminders. We are also offering some beautiful new programs that you can check out on our website. Just click under new programs or programs, and you'll see 2 new offerings that are available now. So please meditate on those and see if it's right for you. And we're also offering some new variations of session work and mentorship work that you might enjoy experiencing. So in the meantime, have a very blessed week. Enjoy the weather as best you can, and many blessings to you.